Okay guys, so yeah, welcome to another video, and today we are going to be doing something totally different to what I normally do, but it's the quickest thing to record and quickest thing to record in shortest amount of time, but that's the same thing. So yeah, today we're just going to be looking at my trophy lodges. I've got a main lodge and a rares lodge, so yeah, let's just hop straight onto into it and hope that it's not too boring. Okay, so now as you walk into my lodge right here, I've got the two, well, second and third biggest Rocky Mountain elk that I've ever shot, which is a 219 and a 217. The 217, I shot way back. That was my first ever 400 plus Rocky, and then the 219 was more recent. 419. I don't know why I'm going with 219, but yeah, 419 was more recent. I was testing out new tree stand spots, and he came walking in along to one of my new tree stands, and yeah, um, I have had a 425 Rocky before. Unfortunately, I do have a trophy shot. Well, fortunately, I've got a trophy shot of it, but unfortunately, I never mounted it because I was in such a hurry because I was grinding for a rare mule deer at the stage at that stage. Um, that I was in such a hurry, I never even realized that it was a 425. That was after my 417. Um, so yeah, that was a bit of a disappointment. But I mean, I've I think I've got 16 400 plus Rockies, and I've never had a 420 again. So it's disappointing, but hopefully it'll come one day. And um, the 191 Whitetail, which is my PB Whitetail. Um, Funny story is I was doing the weekend competition where it was your highest combined score of your highest scoring whitetail, blacktail, and Roosevelt elk, and I'd had a good entry. I think I came 12th. Um, I had a good whitetail, 180 something whitetail, and bad blacktail, which was 160. But the biggest letdown was the Roosevelt elk. Literally, I hunted hours and hours and hours, and the biggest elk I could get was 333. So yeah, that cost me top 10. But anyways, literally while I was doing that comp, it was a multiplayer only comp, and I made a new friend doing that comp. And the next day, I joined his hunt. After he'd been joining my hunts during the competition, and the next day I joined his hunt at a random tree stand on White Island. Actually, funny enough, all think 8 of my 9 or 7 of my 8 180 plus whitetail have all come off White Island, and then one off Loggers Point, and then my one and only 190 plus came off White Hot. And yeah, I just wanted one of his tents, and it was the second thing to come in, and instantly I knew it was 190 plus. Unfortunately, no 200 plus, but we'll get there one day. And 193 blacktail, I think that is my biggest blacktail. I think I might have a 194, but yeah, obviously have plenty 190 plus blacktails. 272 red deer, that was during the pheasant comp where it was combined total weight of all your airborne pheasants. No, all your pheasants shot. Um, and that was on Hirsch, and this guy came walking along. Or actually, he called, and I ignored him. And probably about 2 hours later, I had his call again. So I thought I might as well just call him in, and ended up being 272 somehow. That was very lucky to get him later on. Dull sheep, that was I think in my first 5 harvests ever for dull sheep. Somewhere there. And that's also my only 200 plus ever, and I think I'm at 100 harvests now. So that was also very lucky. It was also in a place I don't really get dull sheep very often. 185 bighorn, I think that is in a video. Unless it was just before that video. I really do love the bighorn models. It's one of my favorite models in the game. That guy is just a placeholder, 85.9. I think I've had bigger. Yeah, I've had bigger, but yeah, I'm waiting for the 88. They max 91, so yeah, that's definitely something to improve on. I just don't have luck on bush ranges. And then this guy, that is a very big turkey. Unfortunately, not at the golden 70 mark, but 69.9 is massive. That was actually off Settlers Creek though, which is very surprising. Settlers Creek is not a map notorious for big animals and cool animals. But yeah, that's my biggest turkey. I've had a lot of 69s and 68s after that, but yeah, that's my biggest till date. And interestingly enough, this was my first ever brown bear. I can also improve on this, but my bear luck, okay, my brown bear luck sucks. Never had that magical 28. But yeah, this was my first ever brown bear harvest, and also my biggest, surprisingly. And this guy was on Piccabeen Bay actually. I filled up my hog feeder on Loggers Point, and I thought just to burn time, I thought I'd go grind for a big bangtang. And lo and behold, I think it was my third harvest of that hunt was this guy. So I didn't even have to fill up my feeder on loggers. I just got a big one of Piccabeen. That was the whole point of filling up loggers to for a feral hog competition. And then I just went to waste time on Piccabeen and I actually got a big one. So yeah, that was just a waste of feed, but it was nice. Great bobcat, 9.3. That's also my biggest bobcat ever. I got that at Rudy's Golden Tree Stand or Terrific Tree Stand on Whitetail Island. Only good thing I've ever had there, I'm pretty sure. It's a pretty good tree stand. There's a lot of turkeys there. But yeah, that's also my biggest bobcat from that tree stand. And then obviously the werewolves, I love their models. 375 and a 381. The 381 is definitely very big. Um, I'm pretty happy with those two. I love that event. Very scary at times. And the 15.9 Puma, that's very recent obviously since they've only been just added to the game. I really love their models and I love hunting them. Funny story on this moose. I'd actually been grinding for a 220 plus moose for quite a long time, and my PB was like 209, and I couldn't get a big one to save my life. And then I thought, okay, I'll go do the Laura Francis recurve comp, with a combined score of your highest scoring whitetail mule deer, shot with the recurve. And I had a pretty good mule deer. I think it was 225. I tend to do pretty well in that comp. I love my mule deer, as you guys should know. And then I thought I'd go onto one of my buddies' Red Feather Falls map, since it's a multiplayer only competition as well, just to look for a whitetail for the competition. And this was also my first harvest of that hunt. I was walking one of my normally good whitetail areas, and I saw this. Oh, I didn't. No, I did have my moose caller on me, but I normally hit the callers as I walk, blind calling, which a lot of people won't agree with, but I do that. And I wasn't hitting my moose caller because I just wanted whitetails, and this guy walked like 20 meters ahead of me, and luckily I was right place, right time, and 226. And you guys have obviously seen this one. If you've seen the water buffalo grind, I grinded pretty long and hard for that guy, so I was pretty happy with that. So that's another animal in this lodge that was on video. This bangtang I'm pretty happy with. Rudy was always bragging about how he has two 170 plus bangtang. And I do like the bangtang models actually, surprisingly. A lot of people don't like the bangtang models, but I love hunting them. Not something you can hunt every day, but yeah, it took me a while. And I got a 169 bangtang, which I'm more than happy with. Obviously not beating Rudy's two 170 pluses. He actually ended top three. Yeah, he ended third for that season. Surprisingly high for 169, but just assuming a lot of people weren't, or not many people were hunting bangtang that season. So yeah, and surprisingly, that's my biggest sambar ever. Not very impressive. I was hunting sambar like mad, and I was just under 500 harvests for them, and I just surpassed 500 harvests, and then I stopped hunting them because I was getting tired of not getting a rare male or a big guy, because my PB at that stage was 234, and that's not really very impressive for sambar. So I took a break for about 3 months, 2 months from hunting sambar, and then I decided one day I'm in the mood to hunt sambar, and I went, and on the first hunt, this guy showed up, and 244 can still be improved on, but I'm pretty happy with the 244. And then obviously my biggest mule deer ever, 243. This guy's also in a video, one of the lower quality videos, but yeah, that is my third 240 mule deer. Yes, that is my third 240 mule deer. I've definitely got good mule deer luck, but then again, I've got 3,300 mule deer harvests, so pretty much makes sense. And I've got three 240s. And then also my biggest wolf ever, 16.772, which is pretty big for wolves as well. It was on the leaderboard somewhere like near the end, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I also like hunting wolves a lot. I do want a rare, but that rare still eludes me. So yeah, let's hop into our rares lodge then, shall we? If this would load. Okay, let's move on to our rares lodge. Okay, welcome to the rares lodge. So, 322 melanistic Rocky and a 333 melanistic Rocky. Pretty sure I've got 8 melanistic Rockies at the moment. Pretty tired of getting melanistics. I really want that piebald bull, but it still eludes me. I've been grinding and grinding and grinding for that piebald bull. Still not got it yet, unfortunately, though. But yeah, it'll come one day. And those are my two biggest melanistics out of all the melanistics I've gotten. And that stupid 299.6 whitetail, non-typical. I said to myself, I'm not gonna mount a non-typical whitetail until I get 300, and I got that 299, and I was pretty sick and tired of getting 270s, 280s non-typical whitetails, and so I just mounted it 299. I mean, it's like 0.4, 0.315 off of 300, so I just didn't care at that point. So yeah, still a big non-typical. And then this guy, funny story actually. It was just after I posted my last video of the albino non-typical mule deer, and I was hunting my Rocky Mountain elk stand actually, and I've only ever had two mule deer in that area, like ever. And I got a mule deer buck call, and I wasn't calling mule deer at all because I know there's no mule deer in that area, and I've always wanted a 300 plus mule deer. It is one of my bucket list animals. And when he called, I had a weird feeling that this is going to be a special guy. And I saw him through the trees, and I saw this huge rack, and I thought, okay, there's my fourth 240. And I wasn't really that hyped up about it, so I just called him in. And when he turned, I saw that he had a wonky frame and not just a typical frame. That's when my heart started beating. But then I thought to myself, knowing my luck, this guy's going to be 290s or 280s, so I'm just not going to record it because I'm tired of recording things, and then it turns out not to be what I thought it would be, and then end up just trashing the clip. So yeah, then I shot him and picked him up, and he was 320. So pretty bummed that I did not record that, but I mean, I still got him there, so I'm happy with that. And then this guy was just way in the beginning, I think the first year, no, second year of playing Classic. 159 non-typical blacktail is pretty big, but they do get huge. I know people that have shot 200 plus non-typical blacktails, and those are absolute monsters. But yeah, that's my biggest non-typical blacktail to date, and my piebald blacktail, small guy, but my favorite piebald models or favorite rare models in this game are piebald blacktail and piebald Rocky Mountain elk, bulls and bucks for blacktail. They are just the most beautiful rares in this game, and also obviously melanistic pheasants. Um, yeah, it's melanistic pheasants. Pheasant is obviously in that video of the daily missions. Just small guy, but still melanistic. And then my biggest silver tip brown bear. Um, yeah, I do like the silver tips, but they're not that special. They don't look too different. I would like an albino brown bear though. My biggest piebald mule deer. I've had a lot of low 100 scoring mule deer piebald bucks. That was also in the mule deer guide video actually. So yeah, that's also in a video. This albino grizzly bear is one of my favorite or most memorable moments in this game ever. Um, he's also in the video, but we won't talk about that video. I do not really recommend you guys watching that video. That was way before I got this new PC, when I was still playing on like 10 FPS. I was busy with my piebald rocky grind. I've actually been on that grind for a long time now. But yeah, anyways, I was on my piebald rocky grind, and I think it was like already a 5 hour hunt, and I was walking my normal route for rockies, and I had this call from this male grizzly bear, and I've got decent luck with grizzly bears. I've got a lot of 26 plus grizzlies, and as you guys can see, this guy's close to super rare, but don't really care much about super rares. I've had so many super rares in this game, but don't really care much for them. They're pretty easy to get. But like not the super rares where it's like high scoring and rare. I mean when it's a rare next to a big one, or two big ones next to each other. That's the easiest one. But anyways, oh, then I had this call from this albino grizzly. Well, I had this call from a male grizzly bear, and I thought, okay, I'll just walk along the road and see if I see him. And I saw him through the trees, and instantly I thought, but that looks a bit odd. And obviously I knew blonde grizzlies are a thing, but something of this bear just looked off. Even though it looked like a blonde, it looked off. So I thought, okay, let me just walk closer. And I only had a shotgun with slugs for bears charging, and a bow because I don't really use a rifle much. So yeah, so I took the shotgun out of slugs and thought I'll just give it a shot to trying to get this guy. And in my head the whole time I was just thinking, this, I'm just stupid, this thing's probably gonna be a blonde. And when I saw his score estimates, I got pretty excited. But anyways, I tried to get closer, and normally what male grizzly bears do is they turn and flee when they see you, not like females that normally charge you. But as soon as he sensed me, he turned and charged, but he bluff charged. And I shot him on the run. I think I shot him 3 times with the slugs and eventually went down. And when I claimed him, I went absolutely mad because I've never seen an albino grizzly ever. Never heard of one. But yeah, as far as I can, oh, as far as my knowledge goes, obviously they have been shot in the game before, but as far as my knowledge goes, this is the only one that I know of. So yeah, that is a thing. And then obviously this guy as well, if he scored 195 albino mule deer, that was also at my golden tree stand on Timberville Trails. That is my biggest albino werewolf ever. Second biggest, yeah, second. No, this is my biggest werewolf ever, albino werewolf. Obviously they're not that rare. They rarities like 1 in 50. But yeah, still a cool rare to have since they're only once a year. And this European rabbit, Binky's gonna be mad at me, but yeah, this was my first ever European rabbit harvest. I was hunting red deer and I had a crossbow on me and I found European rabbit holes, and I thought, well, let me just hunt these things since I never hunt them. And I shot it. I actually shot like 6 with a crossbow, and it was the first one I claimed. And I thought, but why does this one look a bit white? And I don't think not much of it. I thought it was just their models. And when I claimed it on the harvest screen, it said leucistic, and I was pretty happy then. But anyways, that's my leucistic European rabbit. Then obviously the 1602 Rudolph. That was also a special moment. That was also in a video. But yeah, there's a lot of nice trophies in this trophy lodge. Oh, and I almost forgot about my one and only rare whitetail buck. Yeah, that was 121. Actually, I did record him, but I never used the clip, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, yeah, those rare whitetail bucks still elude me. But that's pretty much it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, even though it's a short one and a bit different to what I normally do, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. I will be trying to make a few more videos, or videos more frequently than I have been. I do feel bad for not uploading, but yeah, I will do my best to start uploading more. So I hope you guys enjoy your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.